VGK rallies from 3 goals down to defeat the Flyers in Philadelphia 5-4 in a shootout as Jack Eichel is the hero. Our takeaways next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure to subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com, America's #1 sportsbook. So, Chris, I did call shootout yesterday on my picks. Did you post our picks yesterday?
I did. Yep, they got posted about 20 minutes before the game.
Okay, was shootout in there? I didn't see.
You had shootout, but you also had a Flyers winner. So
I know, for the record, I just wanted to make sure
I
got shootout.
You get 1 point, understand? You get 1 point. You get 1 point.
I know, that was pretty good. So VGK comes back from 3 goals down. I was watching this game as I was calling hoops yesterday. Jack Eichel led the charge, a goal to break the ice for VGK first in the second period as they trailed 3-0 at that time. And then Eichel also with an assist, and Eichel there with the game winner in the shootout. Big game for Jack Eichel. Pavel Dorofeyev scores his 11th goal of the season. He's having a tremendous year, and he did it again on the power play. Tanner Pearson steps up. He scores his second goal in as many games, and a good offensive showing for VGK in that contest last night.
Definitely a good offensive showing. I guess that's a bit of a teaser for the third segment, but
yeah, that's what
it's a spot where the Golden Knights, like the intern put it up there on our little cheat sheet up there. They dug deep. The Golden Knights did. Watching the game early on, I was listening and kind of watching in our locker room before our hockey practice, and just they don't got it tonight. It's expected. I mean, already without Pietrangelo, no Mark Stone, and then White Cloud is a surprise to us. Obviously, I'm sure the Golden Knights knew before, but a surprise scratch for White Cloud due to some type of lower body injury. We'll see what that really leads up to, and then William Karlsson. Personal reasons. I mean, I think we know what's going on there. So
we do.
I think it's baby number 2. That's what everyone's saying on social.
Why can't they say this?
My goodness. Because it's private stuff. We shouldn't even whatever. It's fine.
I know. Well, I'm not going to be posting the baby pictures off of Instagram. Okay. Just FYI.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't lie. Your nose is growing. So listen, this is a spot where you look at everything. This is a game that we both circled the Golden Knights. I think we thought they would win going into, at least I did. And then obviously a couple surprise roster changes before the game. VGK finds a way. Jack Eichel says, we're not going to lose this game. Follow me and watch what's going to happen. And that's a little bit of a teaser for the second segment. But Eichel certainly carried the Golden Knights. Samsonov, 4 goals given up, but you look at the goals, it's not really on him. He certainly gave the team a chance to win, and I think Eichel said it perfectly. Every game's not going to be a masterpiece. Well, this was far from a masterpiece, but you know what it is? It's 2 points. That's it. It's 2 points, and that's makes for a very good road trip no matter what happens now in Colorado on Wednesday.
What's the name of this child? Baby Bjorn 2? Baby Bjorn 2, maybe. Did you expect
Lionel?
What is it?
Lionel.
It is.
I'm going Messi. I don't know. I'm just going soccer names.
I'm
saying Lionel.
Okay. Did you expect to see Samsonov in the cage last night? Saved 32 of 36. And he started the last 2 games, right? Is that correct? Or am I losing it? Played well. Some big saves that I was watching there in the third period of play.
Yeah, no. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember if it was Aiden or Sammy on Saturday. I'll go back and check in a minute here. I thought it was Aiden on Saturday, but whatever. It's fine. Moving on from that.
Just throw stuff out there. You know me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We do that a lot on this show.
Baby Bjorn.
Sammy was fine. I mean, 4 goals given up. It's not often you're going to look at that and say, hey, good job, goalie. But when you look at the goals given up, you look at what the shots he saved. You had some crazy moments in the third period where the Flyers could have got a late go-ahead goal. I think I saw that the Golden Knights didn't have a shot on goal for the last 8:05 of the game, which was, I believe, the Pearson goal. So that obviously puts a lot of pressure on Samsonov. Samsonov comes up big in overtime with a couple saves, fights off a power play, and then gets the shootout victory. So Samsonov gave the team a chance to win. I mean, you could throw all the stats in the world out when it comes to goaltending, but the number one box that needs to be checked for a start is, did the goalie give the team a chance to win? Yes or no? If they check, if that's a yes, good job, good job, goalie. In this case, good job, Samsonov.
So you could be in first place by American Thanksgiving in our standings, in our locks of the night.
I might be, yeah. Tomorrow's a big game, I guess.
Well, that's a big game. Yeah, that should be. Wow. Fourth line. What is up with that? I was looking at the lineups last night. Was the fourth line Schwint, Morelli, and Holtz?
I don't know. I didn't.
Holtz should be on the fifth line.
I mean, Holtz. Listen, Holtz. He's got 8 points on the year. It's not like he's a complete ghost out there. Holtz talking about.
Okay,
I think I said Holtz.
I think you said Holtz.
All right, so yeah, Samsonov did not play against Montreal. I wanted to look that up right there before I got too deep into this party. Let's look at some of these. So you said Holtz. How many minutes did Holtz have last night? Holtz 7:45 -1.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
He's on his way down.
Who are the You said Schwint, correct? Was on that line too?
Yeah, Schwint and Morelli. Schwint
8:59 -1, and Morelli 7:31 -1. So I mean, there you go. I mean, it's a makeshift line at this point. There's nothing that can be done. And I mean, they were a -1, so 1 goal against, I guess. So when you look at it from that perspective, they ate up 8 minutes of ice time and played fair, I guess, and didn't cost the Golden Knights the game. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, they had to move some things around, some pieces, of course, because Carlson was gone and was centering the second line. Howden was the center on the third line. And so pretty interesting makeup. And it was a night that they did need Jack Eichel and Barbashev in line one to step up.
For sure. I mean, that's what this top line does, whether Mark Stone is. I mean, Mark Stone is about to return to that top line at some point, I would say, in the next 2 weeks. I would guess probably first game back from – they could do like they did with Carlson, where it comes back like on the second – the Golden Knights have a back-to-back Friday and Saturday. Friday, Winnipeg, Saturday, Utah, both home games. I could see Mark Stone coming back like on Saturday or something like that. So, yeah, point is Mark Stone is going to come back to that top line, which is still churning. And this is maybe another napkin topic if we have any time for topics this week. It's a pretty crammed week. But when Mark Stone comes back, what do you do with the lines? Do you use Mark Stone to maybe ignite a second line? Does Mark Stone go back to that top line and the Golden Knights just say, hey, if you beat this line, you beat us? That's going to be fun to see how that plays out. And all of a sudden Hurdle's is back on the wing slowly and quietly, and it's starting to work out a little bit better than it has in the past. So Coach Cassidy has he's going to go from, having basically a lot of HSK people to work with to having a lot of really nice shiny tools in his tool belt to work with as he composes, the top 9 lines, and then gets the fourth line back to the identity/energy line, whatever terminology you want to use down there.
I'm starting to believe that anyone could be slotted into that top line alongside Barbashev and Eichel, because it just doesn't matter who that is. It doesn't, because those two are just playing so well together. There's tremendous chemistry. I know we were talking about
chemistry.
Eichel.
There it is. Chemistry. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Okay. Was that on your bingo card? No, we know that going back a ways, Eichel was just so much head and shoulders above everyone else. He's a speedster, has a different style. We didn't know who would be that fit, right? Remember, on the top line, and Barbashev just pretty much came out of the clouds and will help to win a Stanley Cup for VGK. And him and Eichel, I think, are quite a pair.
Yeah, Barbashev is really a large part of the success. And people said Eichel made Marchessault last season, right? I mean, that's a fair statement. Marchessault struggling in Nashville without Eichel. There's more to it than that, but on the surface, I understand the statement. So, what if we go a step deeper? Barbashev is making Eichel. Now, relax, everybody. I'm not saying Eichel is not, a great player without Ivan Barbashev, but Eichel's game really went to a new level once Barbashev came in the picture. And now it was back in the first season when the Golden Knights acquired Jack Eichel. It was, okay, can Max Pacioretty be that winger? Who can be this right winger on that line that's going to work out? And now that Barbashev is in the picture, you've seen Mark Stone, you've seen Dorofeev, you've seen Marchessault, you've seen Cal Burke, you've seen all these players succeed alongside of the pairing. I know it's not a defensive pairing, but the pair of players in Eichel and Barbashev. So Barbashev is the unsung hero, which makes McCrimmon the unsung hero, but Barbashev is the unsung hero to the Golden Knights starting in the, March of 2022 or 2023, pardon.
Jack playing alongside. Jack's pretty much playing alongside Jack Klugman. They're the odd couple. The odd couple. Okay. Coming up next, we will talk more about Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel, in Chris's estimation, is him. We'll get to that when we return right here on Locked On Golden Knights. PrizePicks, it's the best way to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You can just pick more or less, at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. You can now win 100 times your money. All you need to do is have 4 correct picks. It's the best way to get action in sports in over 30 states now, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. It's the best place to get real money sports action. You need to check it out today, and PrizePicks puts its members first, so all of the withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quickly as 15 minutes. So sign up today, and you will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Catch on to everything happening there with PrizePicks. You can see it going viral every day. There's all sorts of picks in action. It's the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks there in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. We thank you for making us your first listen every day. We sure do appreciate you tuning in. As always, Fridays are WTF. With all the leftovers, are we going to do Friday's show, the leftover show? Yeah, maybe?
No, Friday I'm going to be streaming my personal business like at 5-6 in the morning.
No leftovers, no leftover show. Okay.
No, maybe a Sunday would be a good day to do a show if it works out for us.
Yeah, it'd be a great day when I'm sound asleep for once. And then on Monday, of course, Saturdays, Chris and Chris Jr. show. I'm just trying to get through the show today. It's been tough. I broadcast 4 games yesterday. It's so funny because over at Lee's Family Forum, the whole crew over there, they didn't realize that there's another facet to me, right? So they were like, what are you doing sitting there on a microphone at mid-court and calling games? So people are coming up and going, what do you do? Like, why are you here? Like, what's your existence? So it's pretty funny.
Leave me alone. I'm working here.
Yeah, no, but no one knew that I called play-by-play, which I've been doing forever, for an eternity. But great to see those folks over there at Lee's Family Forum. I've got 2 more games today, 4 games tomorrow. A lot of fun. Jack Eichel. Do you ever play Turkey Bowl? Do you ever do that? No? Like
when you throw the turkey at something?
No. So, yes, turkey bowling, which I conceptualized for a place downtown. They never gave me credit for that. That's one thing. No, like the Turkey Bowl, like on Thanksgiving Day, a bunch of guys get together.
Oh, yeah. And someone blows out their ACL all the time.
Yes, that. Do you do
when
that?
I was back home in Chicago, we always did that. And that game got uglier and uglier every year. And in Vegas, I'm safe because there's not a bunch of turkeys I can play football with. So that's good.
We back in the day, we did that on the UNLV campus, and Chris Matthews from Channel 8 came out literally and covered it because they didn't have much happening in sports locally, and they ran highlights of our Turkey Bowl game. It was fun.
Return questionable.
Mine or whose?
In general.
Oh, just
Everybody.
in general. Okay, so Jack Eichel's heater continues last night, and in the game, he has a goal, he has an assist, plus he scores the shootout winner. 2 points on the night for Jack, and now a point out of the league scoring lead. Martin Nietzsche's and Nietzsche's and Nathan McKinnon. Let me just pronounce things how I want it. And Nathan McKinnon, each with 35 points, and Eichel and Kirill Kaprizov, each with 34 points. And this is just in 22 games. And people say we don't know about Jack, but now we do know that that's a Jack that we were looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, you want him to be more selfish. I think a lot in the offseason you
he only had 2 shots last night, dude. Shoot the stinking puck.
Yeah, were they both goals or one of them a goal? I mean,
he had a goal and an assist, so that's pretty good. That's efficient.
2 shots, 2 points, and yet you find a way to dog him.
No.
Eichel increased
6-7 shots a game is what he needs.
Eichel increased his points, his point pace to 126 points. This is very uncharted territory for a Vegas Golden Knights player. The Golden Knights, I mean, the year they won the Stanley Cup, it was everybody chipping in. And not that people aren't chipping in now, but they have this player who can put the team on their back. And we've seen Eichel do this before. We've seen Marchessault do this before. We've seen other players historically do this with the Vegas Golden Knights. But the way Eichel is doing it this season, I mean, you look at the injuries, all of a sudden the injury bug came. That was one of our topics probably 3 weeks ago, and it's getting worse by the day right now. Things could have easily fallen off over the last, 4 weeks with this team, really, when the Mark Stone injury happened. I don't have the game log in front of me, but without Mark Stone, everything's been fine. Without Nick Hague, everything has been fine. Without Pietrangelo, everything has been fine. We're not knocking those players by any means, but it's not even next man up. It's just Eichel taking this as a personal challenge, so to speak, and leading by example. Again, Barbashev needs to get a lot of credit here. I want to make sure we say his name a lot because really this new version of Jack Eichel started when Ivan Barbashev joined the Vegas Golden Knights. But again, Eichel is the one getting the flowers. Eichel's the one making it all happen. Eichel's the one putting the points up right now. And it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Personally, I haven't seen, as far as like a single difference maker on a team, back to my days, enjoying the Blackhawks when Patrick Kane was doing stuff like this. And Kane was even doing it on a different scale. Kane was much more of an offensive weapon without the defense. Eichel does it on both sides of the ice right now. And I'm really curious how the NHL, those who vote for the NHL awards, feel about the season that Eichel is having right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good and banner year, perhaps, in store for Eichel again. Health permitting. That's the big key there because he's had injuries, freakish, and the one where he got hit with the puck in the hand. I mean, the skate falling off. I mean, he's had some freakish injuries that have halted his progress, but we figured he could be an 80-plus goal scorer if he could get through this season unscathed. That was our prediction. We said 80 to 90 points, I believe.
80 to 90 points if healthy.
If healthy. The asterisk, yeah.
I thought like 65 games played, like 72 points. So the pace, yes. The health is still TBA, but the health is good right now. I mean, looking at the awards, I mean, the Hart, obviously, that's going to be the MVP. Is that something that's going to be, I mean, is he going to win the Art Ross? Is Eichel going to get the most points in the National Hockey League?
No,
it doesn't sound that crazy. Is it going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen, but the fact that we are now 22, 23 games into the season.
I'm waiting for that McKinnon
in that.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that McKinnon burst of about like 12 goals in 5 games or something.
And it very well will happen at some point. But again, through 22, 23 games, he is there. The Selke all of a sudden going to come back? That's obviously going to be a lot more for the two-way side of the game.
How's his face-off percentage? How's he doing?
I'll look at that in a second here, but the face-off percentage seems to be the one thing that's going to prevent that, which it's important, but it's also unfortunate that that's what's going to be the clog against it. And I mean, Mark Stone could also put a dent in the Selke voting too for Eichel, depending on when Stone comes back and how he looks. So, I mean, we're talking about Eichel, the elite passer, now a very good scorer. We're talking about his teamwork ability. Don't forget what Eichel does off the ice with charities and now the softball game. I mean, this is making Buffalo throw up. Anyone in Buffalo who dogged Jack Eichel literally has nothing to say about him. Was Eichel a darling to the media out there? Not really. Was he the best team player? I don't know if he was as bad as people make it out to seem. But the fact that this is what Eichel has turned into, and the Sabres have Alex Tuch and Peyton Krebs to close that gap. No disrespect to either of those players, but there are many layers of talent between Eichel and Alex Tuch and Peyton Krebs. So again, Kelly McCrimmon, you can't go this long without crediting him for making these big moves happen. And that Eichel deal is looking really, really nice right now all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I picked the total of 5 and a hook here on this road trip, and you had 4 points, right?
Ottawa was the swing game, Tony. Ottawa was the game that I thought was going to be trouble for the Vegas Golden Knights, and the sports books agreed. The betting public agreed. Like everything aligned where everyone thought Ottawa was going to win that game, and that was where the Golden Knights really turned it around. And this road trip hasn't been a masterpiece. Montreal maybe, but the road trip hasn't been a masterpiece, as Eichel said. But it's successful no matter what. They can lay an egg in Colorado. Hope that doesn't happen, but the Golden Knights can lay an egg in Colorado. They could be tired. They could be without all these key players, and it just might add up and be insurmountable by the time they get to Colorado. But 6 of 10 points on a tough road trip. This is good. Now,
is this a tough roadie? Is this tough?
It is absolutely. It's 5 games on the road with limited resources.
500 teams again.
Colorado is over that 600 mark as far as points percentage, where I believe the Golden Knights have yet to defeat a team in that category, at least at the time when they had a 600 points percent. I know LA and Edmonton, I think, are both above that mark. I think LA was above that mark when the Golden Knights beat them early in the season. But point being, Colorado is a tough opponent. And let's see how the Golden Knights respond. Again, they get some leash here in this game because they're going to be likely still without Mark Stone, possibly William Karlsson. Pietrangelo, I don't see returning. So if they go to Colorado and find a way to dig deep and win that one too, that's even better for the outlook. I mean, talking to Condos yesterday offline, I think the best statement he made about the game is this win has weight behind it, the game against the Flyers. You look at all the people out. You look at what happened. You look at how they won the game. That was an important game.
You look
for
at
the
that
Vegas
bogus
Golden
fourth
Knights.
line. Yeah, look at that bogus fourth line.
And that's the thing. And they had 8 minutes of ice time. I mean, it was an HSK line. It was an HSK line.
That really was an HSK line. Before the game yesterday, Mr. Swayer there, Cassidy, boy, was he swaying before that contest.
Because he knew they were going to be without all these players, but he kept it in.
Yeah, he said that VGK was close to a 60-minute game and maybe offensively, but that defense is not cooking. They are not elite. That will be our topic next. As we return right here on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Tackle the NFL action all season long with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. We've got a lot of Turkey Day action, starting with the Lions, a 10.5-point favorite at the Bears, the total 49. Could we see some magic on Thanksgiving Day from the Bears? Would be interesting. The Cowboys, that's a great rivalry game for Thanksgiving Day. Let's see who shows up. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites, a total of 38 against the Giants, and 2 miserable teams. Those ratings will not be good. But FanDuel, the sportsbook app, it gives you everything that you need to place. Again, all of your bets all in one spot. And when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com. Come and join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That is FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cordasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Holiday week. These things here in Las Vegas just creep up on us, man, all the time. Like it's insane how fast they.
Vegas goes fast. Vegas is fast. That's it.
Vegas is, like they have like a New York minute. I think it's like a Vegas second. Like it's really quick here. And well, it's a holiday week.
There's no seasons, Tony. That's why.
Yeah, it's a holiday week, so people in Vegas start the holiday week by taking off the entire week and then parts of next week. So that's pretty cool. We have WTF. Well, I'm trying to throw some WTF-ish lines out there because we're not going to do a WTF show. Are you kidding me? The leftover show?
What the Thursday? What the Thursday, Tony? We're going to do it on Thursday. We're going to do it on Thanksgiving. We're going to have an inappropriate Thanksgiving.
I hope I wake up in time. And then on Saturdays, we've got the Chris Times Chris Jr. Show. Please subscribe to Locked On Golden Knights there. We're going to talk about the VGK lack of defense. You want to talk about defense, but there's a lack of, and it's something I've been saying for a long time. And I don't care about someone just honking about Hannafin's 700th game and just anything, but they're not playing well. Okay. Bottom line.
No, people, I know it's a very, glowing moment for the Golden Knights as far as doing well on their road trip, stealing this game against Philly. And if people want to dog us for, talking negative about the defense, we're not the only ones. It doesn't take long to go on Twitter and see many people that cover this team are very negative on the defense, and rightfully so right now.
Newsflash. Lars, congratulations. Sweet baby boy made his debut on 11/25 and is perfect and as healthy as can be. Oh, man. First thing there, somebody posted.
Good for the Carlson family. Carlson, get back to Colorado. Get back to work, bro.
You think he'll make it to Colorado?
I think he will. Okay. All right. So it's a short flight. All right. So
to the Carlsons there.
Let's talk about this, about the defense. Number one, Coach Cassidy issued a measurable in the offseason. He wants the Golden Knights defense to be the best in the Pacific. The Pacific is no good, folks. Let's be clear about this. The Pacific is no good right now. And
is it the best of the worst?
The Golden Knights, as far as just the easiest metric to look at, they are third in goals against. San Jose and Edmonton have only given up more goals. It goes 85, 69, 68 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, to be fair, that's only a gap of 9 goals between the Golden Knights and right now the team with the least amount of goals given up in the Seattle Kraken at 59 goals. Now, some of these teams have played between 19 and 22 games, so there's a little bit of skewage here as far as the stat, not apples to apples, but Seattle has played the same number of games as the Golden Knights and given up 9 less goals. So, number one, the Golden Knights, just simply on that perspective, not the best defense in the Pacific Division, and it's not close. And the Pacific Division is bad. I want to make sure I cannot overstate how bad the Pacific Division is.
How bad is the Pacific Division?
They're terrible.
Gary is in second place. Cal Gary is in second place today, I think. They were.
Yeah, they might be. I got this sorted differently right now. Credit the Flames. Give the Flames some credit. They're playing well right now.
Yeah, for sure.
With the makeshift roster. Going back, I got the hockey stat card somewhere up here. Noah Hannafin's back to his old ways. He was him and Korzak were right at the bottom last night. And Korzak, really bad game, Korzak. Couple bad pinches, and
what a roller coaster ride for Hannafin.
I told you, Hannafin was a C. I don't know this. I'm making this up, but Hannafin was a C student in high school and however much college he went to. He achieved that by getting only F's and A's. That's it. F's and A's. Because if you go on his hockey stat cards, he's either the top of his class. There you go. More school references, or the bottom of the class. So, and again, Hannafin is not fitting in right now. That's the thing. I don't know. He's had many different defensive partners, and it's just not working out. Now, I'm not saying he's a bust, not saying anything like that, but at some point, and maybe when Pietrangelo comes back, they find a way to get lines back going again. But for now, Hannafin, some days he's a liability, and some days he's the best player on the ice. And there's no in between. There is no in between.
He did get his own pin. let's make sure that we stress that.
How are the
You gotta-
pin? So Hurdle got a pin.
Right.
Hannafin got a pin. Who else got pins? Wasn't that a curse? Aiden Hill got a pin, right?
Hill got a pin.
Hill got a pin.
Carlson got a pin, right? I think.
Okay.
Sponsored
So
by
it's kind of a
IKEA.
mixed bag as far as results if you had a pin, I guess.
All right. And then, so White Cloud is out day to day. Could that injury be some lingering effects of that big hit that he made on this road trip?
I don't know. It was lower body. I mean, so I think the Golden Knights came out with day-to-day lower body. So hopefully, I mean, anything could have happened. I mean, you can go back and watch somewhere in the Montreal game, see what happened. I don't know. I didn't see exactly what it was, but White Cloud's had injury issues. Some of it's been bone issues, but still, White Cloud has had injury issues throughout his time with the Vegas Golden Knights. And, White Cloud is important to this team. He's going to be with the Golden Knights for a while as far as his contract goes. And in my opinion, when it's him and Haig as the third pairing, that's one of the best third pairings in the National Hockey League. Now, the way the season is going, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that statement, but historically, if that's the third pairing, things are going really, really well for the defense of the Golden Knights. This season right now, it's not going well, and the Golden Knights have been able to score 1 million goals, which is a good thing. I mean, if it wasn't for what Eichel's doing, if it wasn't for this amazing resurgence of Mark Stone on the offensive side, we forgot about how well Mark Stone was playing this season since he's been gone for so long. But Mark Stone still remains in third place in scoring with the Vegas Golden Knights with 21 points. And oh, by the way, he's only played 13 games. So unfortunately, the under is going to hit. I said over 72 games, and right now the most
I said under. I was
right. I felt good about it. I felt good about Mark Stone, but
why a man? What can you do? A man that always he's not close to coming back unless there's. Are there sprouts in Canada? The guy, man, he was looking for selfies.
I think Mark Stone is closer to the end of his injury than the beginning.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure.
He's been skating. I think there's reports he's been skating with the team. I think he's on the trip. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think he's on the trip.
So I can't imagine why they would have brought him if there wasn't a possibility. You don't need him to stay for a morale booster. Like, this team doesn't need that right now. Not at games 19, 20, 21, 22 of the season or whatever they were. So, I mean, maybe there's a chance he comes back against Colorado. I don't know. Keep an eye on the roster. I'm assuming the Golden Knights are going to send a few players down today, call a few more players up tomorrow, all these paper transactions to keep clearing up cap space as the season progresses. So, read between the lines maybe Wednesday morning and see what roster changes get made.
They had a pairing yesterday of Haig and Haig. That was the third pairing, right? That's
just to have fun. That was just to drive people nuts.
I think so. Drive me crazy. Yeah. And then your guy, Shea Theodore, stayed at the end. How do you feel about his performance now in totality?
1 goal, 16 assists, 17 points, 21 games, minus 2. Minus 2, I like that, given he's had a bunch of different defensive partners. We talked about Theodore. He slowed down a little bit. He came out, shot out like a can. I think his scoring has fallen off a little bit. Still pacing for somewhere in the low to mid 60s. Again, health, we'll see if he can put together, a 70-ish game season. I don't think he's done that in 3 years now, or it's been a while at least, to be fair. But again, we felt, at least I was very high in the fact that Theodore was going to come in with a chip on his shoulder this season, something to prove. Hannafin kind of pushed him aside for a while last season. Well, Theodore's back to his old form. He's earning every bit of his current contract and what his next contract is going to be. And we'll see if he can continue that pace. And, with Hannafin struggling, it's a good thing the Golden Knights still have Theodore and didn't make a move in the offseason.
Yeah, for sure. They just hyped up Hannafin so much, and he's not living up to those expectations. That's for sure.
No, or the local media who said he was going to be a outside Norris candidate.
I thought he would be. I thought he'd be good. I thought, you know what? I bought into him being.
What did we say? 43, 45 points, I think, and that's a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah, and a pin.
And that's a pin. Don't forget the pin.
Yeah.
So we had the bus 2 years ago. We had the pins this year. What's tomorrow? What's next season going to be, Tony? I'll put you on the spot. Gravy butts.
I would have their faces on gravy boats. That's a good one. They could be the Zamboni driver on the gravy boat. They just put their
Salt,
faces.
salt and pepper shakers. Salt and pepper shakers.
That would be good. Yeah. That's Stone, right? Because getting a little grayish. Okay, a little older. We appreciate
Did you
everyone.
see speaking of grayish, they did the look-alike camera in Columbus who were playing the Washington Capitals.
Okay.
And they show a young version of Ovechkin up there before they show someone in the crowd. And they actually pulled up Ovechkin on the look-alike camera in the press box, and he was looking a little gray up there. So I thought that was pretty funny to see. So Ovechkin still traveling with the team despite having a broken leg.
Free vodka, those little minis on the plane, they've got them. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Thank you so much. I know.
I like the salt and pepper shakers.
All right, we might be able to do that. Thanks
serving
again
dishes,
for making us
serving dishes.
Your first listen every day.
I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, you are having fun. You are having fun. Of course, don't forget, sometimes on Fridays it's WTF, not this Friday with the leftover show. We'll do it. We don't do leftovers, so we'll do it on Thanksgiving Day. It appears. Thanks for cramming my schedule. And then, of course, on Saturdays, sometimes it's Chris and Chris Jr. show. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Do that today. It's a great holiday present for all the family and friends.
A gift that keeps on giving all year round, just like the Pacific Division.
Just like, and VGK's defense giving up a lot lately. It's the gift.
It's better than Jelly of the Month Club, folks.
Dude, are we going to do a Friendsgiving show like Kumbayage? No. For Chris Golick, I am Tony Cardasco. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights, and please take care.